All right, everybody, welcome back for another deep dive. You guys ready for this one?
I know I am.
This time, we're saddling up and heading south.
Way so.
To the borderlands of Brazil, Uruguay, and Argentina.
We're diving into a truly unique equestrian event.
You could call it a marathon?
But it's a marathon that lasts 15 days.
That's right, the Resistance March.
An incredible test of endurance for both horse and rider.
15 days. I mean, that's just wild. So where does this whole idea even come from?
It's deeply rooted in the history of the region, the ranching traditions.
Okay, the gauchos.
Exactly. Think vast grasslands, cattle ranches stretching as far as the eye can see.
And these gauchos, they depended on their horses for everything.
For everything. And the 50 kilometers these horses cover each day during the Resistance March.
Wow, 50 kilometers every day.
It's not just a random number. It directly mirrors the historical workloads of those ranch horses.
That's a serious throwback. So it's like a living tribute to the stamina and strength of those amazing animals.
Absolutely. And those horses came in all shapes and sizes.
Which is probably why they have different categories in the Resistance March.
Yeah, right. You've got your breeders, mares under 7, mares over 7.
And castrated horses.
Exactly. But here's something even more interesting. Before those horses even line up at the starting line,
There's a whole month of prep, right?
30 days to be exact, it's called the preliminary concentration.
Okay, preliminary concentration. Tell me more about that.
Imagine this. For an entire month, these horses are on a strict regimen. No riding, no intense workouts.
Really? No riding at all?
Nope. It's all about rest, proper nutrition, making sure they're in peak condition before the starting gunfires.
It's like hitting the reset button for all the horses. Levels the playing field.
Precisely. And then, after 30 days of rest and prep,
Bam! 750 kilometers of intense riding ahead of them. I can't even imagine. So break it down for me. How does this 15-day race actually work?
okay, so picture this. The whole march is divided into 15 stages.
15 stages, okay.
And each stage can have different distances, some longer, some shorter. But within each stage, you've got these things called shifts.
Shifts, like work shifts?
Kind of. A stage can have 1 or 2 shifts, and each shift has a strict time limit.
So it's not just about going as fast as you can.
Not at all.
I bet strategy comes into play big time here.
You got it. For example, let's look at stage 1.
Okay, stage 1,
It's got 2 shifts, each 15 kilometers long.
15 kilometers. Gotcha.
But here's the catch. Each shift has to be completed in a minimum of 1 hour and 45 minutes.
1 hour and 45 minutes.
But you can't go over 2 hours.
So there's a window. Man, I bet that puts a lot of pressure on the riders.
It absolutely does. Do you go fast and risk tiring your horse out early?
Or do you play it safe and conserve energy?
Exactly. And remember, this is just stage 1. There are 14 more to go.
I'm exhausted just thinking about it. It's a marathon within a marathon.
That's a great way to put it.
So after pushing themselves and their horses through each grueling shift, I'm guessing there's some serious downtime.
You bet. At the end of each shift, those horses get some much-needed TLC.
TLC, tell me everything.
First, they get a nice, refreshing bath to cool down and relax.
Ah, I bet that feels good.
Then, the Veterinary Subcommittee steps in.
Oh, right. The vets. They're probably making sure the horses aren't injured or anything, right?
That's part of it, for sure. But their role goes way deeper than that.
Deeper? How so?
These vets are like horse whisperers. They're trained to spot even the smallest signs of trouble.
What kind of signs are we talking about here?
They look for any signs of dehydration, lameness, even subtle changes in behavior.
Like if a horse seems a bit off?
Exactly. They're checking for anything that might indicate the horse is reaching its limit.
Wow, so they're really looking out for the horse's well-being.
Absolutely. And here's the thing. They have the authority to disqualify a team.
Seriously.
If a horse isn't deemed fit to continue, that's it. Game over.
No matter how well they're doing in the race.
Nope. The horse's welfare comes first, plain and simple.
That's amazing. It's like ethical treatment is woven right into the fabric of the competition.
Yeah.
I love that. And speaking of caring for these horses, you mentioned the blacksmiths play a critical role too, right?
Absolutely. Hoof care is crucial in an event like this. Think about the constant pounding those hooves take over 750 kilometers.
Yeah, I can't even imagine.
And here's a rule. At the beginning of that 30-day preliminary concentration period, all horses have to be unshod.
Unshod, so no horseshoes.
That's right. And their hooves have to be trimmed down.
I guess that's so the blacksmith can really get a good look at the hooves and make sure they're in top shape for the march. right?
Exactly.
It's incredible how much attention to detail goes into this whole thing.
It is. And remember, every horse is different. Every hoof is different. The blacksmith has to know exactly what they're doing.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
And it's not just about preventing injuries, right? I bet good hoof care helps the horses perform better, too.
You got it. A well-maintained hoof means a better gait, better balance, and ultimately, less strain on the horse.
It's like having the right running shoes.
Perfect analogy.
Now, I have to ask about the awards. I mean, you've got your top finishers in each category, but then there are these other awards that caught my eye, like Best Conditions to Continue Marching. What does that even mean?
That's a great question. It's not just about being free from injuries. It's about vitality.
Vitality, like a certain spark.
Exactly. A horse that wins this award. Think bright, alert eyes, a smooth, powerful gait, and even a willingness to engage with their rider.
So they're not just surviving, they're thriving.
That's it. Thriving amidst this incredible challenge, it's a testament to their resilience.
I love that.
Yeah.
And the fact that every team that completes the race within the time limits is considered a finalist.
It's pretty incredible, isn't it?
It is. It's not just about winning. It's about finishing what you started. It's about the journey.
Couldn't have said it better myself.
But of course, they do recognize the top 4 in each category. And there's those other interesting awards, too, like Breed Seal, Best Posture, Best Back. What are the judges looking for with those?
They're really highlighting the importance of conformation, how well a horse is put together. It's not just about strength and stamina, it's about the whole package.
It really paints a picture of what makes a champion in this unique world of equestrian competition. It's strength, stamina, resilience, and that incredible bond between horse and rider.
It does, doesn't it? It really makes you think about the true meaning of the word champion.
It does.
Considering what we've learned about the history, the demanding rules, the immense care given to these horses, what do you think defines a champion in this grueling test of endurance?
That's a question worth pondering, for sure. And for our listeners who are now completely fascinated by the Resistance March, I encourage you to dig a little deeper.
There are so many amazing stories out there.
Discover the stories behind the riders, the horses, the rich culture this event represents. It's a journey you won't regret.
A journey that will leave you in awe of the power and spirit of these incredible animals.
Couldn't have said it better myself. Until next time.